Welcome to another Intro to Java programming video. Let's talk about switch statements a little bit more and talk about the concept of fall through. In the previous video, we introduced the switch. We talked about how the switch had a control variable. It used the reserved word switch, and then it had a series of cases. And these cases are dependent upon that control variable. Whatever that control variable holds, these cases are going to look into there and see if the case matches what's in the variable. And then it's going to do something after the case, and then it'll break, and then the switch statement is done. But what if we don't use those breaks? What happens? That's the process of fall through. The reason we call it fall through is you can fall through cases. Let's say if number held the value 1, well, it would execute anything that's under 1, which there's nothing under there, and it would go to 2 and execute everything under 2, and nothing's under there. It would execute everything under 3, and then it would break. So fall through, or refusing to use breaks, allows us to clump together cases so that you could have a series of cases all perform the same task. I'm going to run this and we can see what happens. I've got two different sets of switch cases here. Number is currently 8, and you can see that it says last third and then 8, 9, 10. And let's look at why. All right, so I've got this all in my main method. I'm not doing a GUI here. I just wanted this to be quick and dirty and focus on the switch. So int number holds the value 8. So it doesn't find it in 1, 2, or 3, so those are skipped. Doesn't find it in 4, 5, 6, so those are skipped. It doesn't find it in 7, but it finds it in 8. Now, the switch statement would then execute everything that is under 8 until it finds a break. There are no statements under 8. There are no statements under 9, and there's a statement under 10, so it's going to print out last third. And then it breaks. Okay, I'm going to set this to 7 and see what it does. It still says last third, but then it'll say 7, 8, 9, 10. And let's look at why. 1, 2, and 3, number doesn't find it, so it skips over this one. 4, 5, 6, it doesn't find it, so it skips there. 7 is where it finds it. So case looks at number and finds 7 in there, and it executes everything underneath 7 until it finds a break. So you can see it executes a whole bunch of nothing until it gets to this print statement, and then it finds the break, and then it's done. So what the breaks do is it stops the switch statement from working, and it's going to execute everything below a particular case when it finds the right value. Let's look at the second section here. It doesn't find it in case 1 or 2 or 3. It doesn't find it in case 4 or 5 or 6, but it finds it in case 7. And what it's going to do is execute println 7. And then it's going to execute println 8. Because there's no break here to stop it, it's going to execute 8. And then it's going to execute 9 because it didn't find a break there. And then it'll execute case 10, and then it'll break. So what you see here is we can clump together many cases that we want to behave in a similar fashion using the power of fall through. So once again, fall through works like this. I assign a value to number. Say I assign 4 to it. And what would happen is it doesn't find any of those cases, it finds it in this case. And it's going to fall through 4, through 5, into 6, execute this, and then it breaks, and it doesn't fall through any further. The fall through means it falls through all these cases, executing everything until it finds a break. Same thing here. It finds it here, and it's going to fall through all of these, executing everything along the way until it finds a break. This concept of fall through can be used in our Lazy Days assignment for this unit. When you're choosing the season, you got to think of it this way. Seasons are clumped together in months, right? You've got December, January, February are our winter season. March, April, May are our spring season. June, July, August are our summer season. And September, October, November are our fall season. roughly. We're not going to worry about how, the actual season breaks fall in the middle of a month, but we're just going to assume that the whole months are those seasons, just for the purpose of that project. But we can use fall through for that to work. Okay? Tune in for the last video in this series on picking seasons using switch statements and fall through. Thanks for watching.